Alright, we got some issues to fix before we go to it, pausing the game here. First on the to-do list is, number one, I move kind of slidey, and in the original Dodge Puck, it's an immediate start and stop. Also, my score is poorly placed, and right now when you hit the puck, nothing happens. They just bounce off you. So first thing is going to be, I'm going to change my game view to 16:9, which is going to basically simulate a monitor no matter what size I make that window. Second, my score text, I'm just going to reset position on that. And then if you click on this box and you see this shift and alt also sets pivot and position. So I'm going to hold shift and alt, and I basically want to anchor this in the top left of the screen. You can see that it sticks it to the corner of the screen there. So if I hit play right now, it is indeed stuck to the top left corner. And then I can position it from there. So 0, 0 is the top left corner now. And now I can just pull it off there and pull it down here. Oops, pull it down here a little bit. Whatever you think looks good. Ideally, it is off in this space over here. If you want to make it look like the original Dodge Puck, that's fine. Change the font, etc. Okay. You can add fonts. There's on one other one that comes with it, not a whole lot different. We're not going to cover fonts right now. Anyways, the movement. To change the movement, so it's not so slidey and it's more immediate start-stop, go into your player, open the player controller script, launch Visual Studio. You'll notice that in the input.getAxis, in the update, you don't have to have this part in there, but I want you to see move horizontal. Oops. I'm going to put a print statement, horizontal value, and then concatenate that with the actual variable itself. What that's going to do is put this text, and then it's going to insert the value of move horizontal. So if I go back to Unity, test it, and open my console, that's where the print statement goes. Oops, I have maximize on. I don't want maximize turned on so I can see my console. Okay, so currently there's the, watch the move value. When I let go, it slides down to 0. When I hold left, it goes to -1. Let go and it slides down to 0. If I pause that, scroll up here, there, you can see over time when I let go at 8.84, 0.79, and eventually gets down to 0, way down here. And that is a built-in feature of Unity, so it's actually going up in increments instead of jumping to 1 and -1 when I hit left and right. So one way we can fix that is, instead of getAxis, which includes smoothing, we can force it to just be the raw input, which is either on or off. So if we do getAxis raw, save it, go to Unity, test it. Now let's watch. See, it goes 1, 0, -1, 0, 1, 0. And you can see my movement is start stop. There's no slide to it anymore. So that's one thing we fixed. Now about getting hit by the puck. So if you do a quick Google or DuckDuckGo search for Unity Pause Game, one of the first results will be this Game Dev Beginner, and there's an option to just run this line of code that sets the scale of time. You can slow down time, or 1 is regular time like we experience. So you can speed the game up if you make it a 2, or make it slow motion if it was like 0.3 or something like that. Anyways, so what we can do is say when we on trigger enter this puck, the puck is a trigger, and once we make all these changes, then we'll overwrite it to the prefab so that all the pucks that spawn also have that. We want to tag this as puck. If you don't have a puck tag, go to add tag and add it. But we're going to add the puck tag so that in the player script here, we're in the player controller, in the void update, on the private void on trigger enter 2D. In other words, when we hit something that is a trigger, well, the puck is a trigger. So when the player enters into the zone of the puck, in other words, it hits it, the other being the thing we hit, if the other thing is blocky, do the following. We could do an if here. If other.gameObject.compare to, yes, you could copy and paste it, I suppose. Puck, close the if, open a curly, hit enter. Several things we want to happen. One, time.timescale equals 0, and let's just try that. Save it. Go here. There's only one puck. I did not overwrite it yet. Oops. Click on the game view. And look at that. It's still taking input, but everything is frozen. So we now need some game over text that will be inactive, that we will just set active to true. So I'm basically going to right click the canvas, UI, TextMesh Pro. I'm going to call this game over text, and I didn't delete that. Okay, so game over text, and we will say game over. How's that? Let's Alt Shift the center, so that's our 0, 0. And I'm just going to get my move tool. Oops. That's not going to work. I have to do it this way. Whoa. There we go. I'll put it like there. Let's scale this so we have lots of room so we can make the text bigger. And we'll center the text. Let's go a little that way. There we go. I'm gonna go with a brighter color. Actually, that's really hard to see. Game over. Font size. Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Looks pretty good. Game over. We're going to initially set this to inactive, which is this little text box right here. I'm going to copy this text, by the way. Uncheck it, because it's not active. And then in the player controller, we can reference that object and tell it to become active when we collide with a puck. So in our player controller script inside the onTriggerEnter2D function, we say if the thing we hit is tagged as puck, then we need to actually first tell it we have something called game over text. So we need to say, hey, I have a new variable for you. It is called game over text. Notice we start with the lowercase g and then capitals after that. That's called camel case, like the camel's head is down, and then there's humps for all the words after that. So we're going to have to, in Unity, tell it where that text is, but the script will know, hey, there's something called game over text. And before you set the time scale to 0, we're going to say game over text dot set active true. I think. Yeah, that's it. So that just says that object, I saved that by the way, that object, this set active can be true or false. And we just set it to true when we ran into it. However, on player, you'll notice we have a variable called game over text, and it's set to none right now because it doesn't know what that text is. So we just drag our text in there. So now when we play the game, I can collect Blocky, there it is, and now, oh no, oh, and I can't move anymore, the game is over. Hey, at least it pauses. Bad news is, we don't have a way to start the game over. That's next.